How you doing, Baltimore Ravens fans? Thank you for joining me here on Ravens Nest. So today we have a special fan request question. Now, Speedy Reedy 1218, hit up Ravens Nest in the comments below, and you guys can do the same if you have any questions. Now, they wrote a long question, so I'm just going to kind of go over some of the things that was entailed in the question. So first of all, Speedy Reedy 1218 was asking and saying that, listen, Joe Flacco has been playing for the Baltimore Ravens, obviously, since 2008, and we haven't given him good receivers or young receivers, any talented ones, since 2013. And if the Baltimore Ravens, in a hypothetical situation, suppose it's going to be in 2019 when his contract's up. Suppose he wants out of Baltimore and he goes to another team and they give him the freedom to call plays at the line of scrimmage like he would want to, and he actually wins a Super Bowl on a team like that, maybe per se the Giants or the Broncos or somebody like that, would Ozzie Newsome and John Harbaugh finally wake up and give some attention to this offense? Well, good question. I appreciate the question, as always. But at the same time, I would like to say this. So, Joe Flacco obviously had Gary Kubiak in 2014, and he had Steve Smith Sr. Obviously, we didn't draft a receiver, which we should have been doing, of course. But we did. Nevertheless, we did have Steve Smith Sr. We had Owen Daniels, which we acquired through free agency. And we still had Torrey Smith. So we didn't have a bad crew in 2014. Then we look at 2015, a lot of guys got hurt, including Mr. Steve Smith Sr. So we kind of were depleted then. And then the next year we added Mike Wallace. So I personally don't believe it's that it's a lack of attention to this offense by Ozzie Newsome and Harbaugh. Because remember, it's not like we haven't drafted the guys either. We tried to draft Brashad Perryman. He's been benched 2 out of the last 3 games, and we all know he just hasn't worked. He only has about 50 receiving yards this year. He was supposed to be a huge piece of our offense. He was supposed to be a revolutionizing receiver this season in the NFL. And when you draft somebody like that and it falls through, it makes you look bad. It's not like we didn't give him attention. Max Williams hasn't worked out. We had Dennis Pitta in line. One of Joe Flacco's favorite receivers. He went down, done for career. Like I said, Max Williams. Just none of those guys have seemed to work out for the Baltimore Ravens. It's not like we haven't given this offense attention. Now, I will say, I will give Speedy Reedy 1218 credit. Last season, we did focus on defense. But that's because we've tried on offense for the last couple of years, and Ozzie Newsome's just not good at drafting offense. So he said, you know what? Forget the offense. We're just going to trash the offense, and we're going to go back to old school Baltimore Raven football, and we're going to play defense. And that's exactly what they've done this year. The defense has done great. Now, my personal opinion was that, or the way it looks like to me, is that we're going to focus on the offense this year, and we weren't going to focus on the offense last year and focus on the defense. So do the defense last year and the offense the next year, and then we'll have a complete team. Because this is not the year that we're supposed to make the playoffs. We're really fortunate to be in the mix. So, and will Joe Flacco go to another team and win the Super Bowl? Obviously, it's a complete hypothetical situation because that would be crazy scenario. And even if Joe Flacco did leave and win the Super Bowl with another team, I'm not even sure Ozzie Newsome and Harbaugh would be on the Ravens at that time. And at the same time, I'm not sure if Joe Flacco would even want out of Baltimore, despite maybe not possibly getting his way, because at the same time, Joe Flacco has been a Raven since the beginning of his NFL career. And you know Joe Flacco has been very comfortable on the Ravens. And once you leave your original franchise, your original team, the leash is a lot shorter. They don't want to keep you as long. So the Baltimore Ravens, I mean, Joe Flacco for our team has not been hitting on a lot so far this year, but just picked it up last week. Now, it is important to talk about this, like Speedy Reedy 1218 said, because we don't want to be prisoners of the moment. We don't want to say all of a sudden you'll hail our offense as the greatest offense ever, the greatest show on turf, just because of a great performance against the Lions. So this was definitely an important question, definitely something to talk about. I appreciate it, but I just don't feel as if the Baltimore Ravens were necessarily neglecting the offense per se until this past draft. because Ozzie Newsome finally realized he can't draft offense. Anyway, I appreciate the question. If you guys have any questions, just put them in the comments below. And if they're worthy of making it to Ravens Nest, and I'll put them on there. We'll put them on there. Thank you guys for watching Ravens Nest. Talk to you guys later.